Lynette here. So today I am doing my update for my Project Polish pan. Now I think you'll remember I've done this last year. Started off doing a panning project, and then I went to do a full-on 6-month panning project, and then I did a whole yearly one, I think. And I managed to massively use up what was in my collection, and then after that I didn't touch my nails for months and months and months. I think I just scunnered myself with it. I always paint my toenails, but I wasn't painting my fingernails. And I was looking at my collection and I thought, you know, it's not bad, but there are a lot of colours that are very, very similar. Can I take them out? Will I use them up? So I decided to take the polishes that were all brand new, so all the OPI ones, the Nails Inc ones that hadn't been touched, and move them to one side and to focus on the other ones that I had in my collection to try and reduce some of the colours that were similar. So this is my first update, and to let you know, I think this is my first update. Why would anybody start a project this late in the year? Anyway, this is my first update, and I'm going to show you the colours that I haven't used this month. Thought that might be easier. So these are the colours that I haven't used. I'm just going to pop them all on the top row. Take these two off. So these are the colours that I have not used this month. So anti-top coat. Now most of them are actually quite full for their colours. So for example, this colour here, the Barry M one and the number 7 one, these are colours that I will definitely wear when I go back to work. So I'm not in any rush to take the two colours out, although they're very similar. So for example, I really like this purple. I haven't used it very often, and it's quite different to anything that's in my collection. Same with this kind of pink, even though I did mark, although I'm terrible at marking, I think. It's when you look at where I've marked, I've actually got more polish in it. And the Nail Kind one, again, that's a lovely vegan colour. So I've decided that those colours, I'll take out the top coat because I will use that. Those colours I probably won't try and declutter too much of, to be honest with you. Maybe this one at a push, but I doubt it because it's so big. But I'll probably wear these if I fancy wearing them, but not to declutter them or get them out my collection. So I can pop these to one side. I had to carry that through and try and not. I'm really glad I'm doing my update because I've used lots of colours this month. So to remember what I've used, I just took them out of the rack, and they were all sitting on top of my dressing table, which is behind my wardrobe door, which is handy. But every time I was going in, I was knocking something over. So I was really delighted to be able to do this update just so I can put them all back in and kind of work my way through them. So I'm going to show you what I've used this month. However, I will start off with things that I've finished then, right? I'll start there. Okay, so what have I finished this month? So I started this whole project with 33 items, and I'm not going to be including the OPI and the Nails Inc. Last month I decluttered and used up 3 items. So I decluttered the Primark Red, the drying spray, and I used up the polish removing wipes, if you remember that. So this kind of month I have used, where is it? I don't have it. I don't believe this. Oh no, I have. I finished the quickies, so they can go, which is good. I decluttered the top coat. Now I think I've got a note here saying it was too sticky, but I don't know if it is, so I'm going to pop that back in. So I'm not going to count that as being decluttered until I can really check it. Because it feels runnier. Maybe it was I don't know what happened. I've decided I cannot really get on with this Barry M one, and I have a colour in the OPI that is identical, so I am going to declutter this. I've also decided that as much as I like this blue Avon True colour, it needs about 4 coats so I can get it to how I like it, and I don't know if I want to persevere with that. So I'm going to pop it to one side. So never say never. So really that's only 2 items. It was supposed to be 4, but that's only 2. But then that might happen. So I will try the Avon again, even if I just use it as a base coat for a brighter colour. So I have just recently done my massive decluttering project update, and I was talking about the items that I'd taken to my sister's 2 nail kits for my niece, and she was having a birthday party. However, I ended up coming home with some more colours. My sister used to be a beauty therapist, and she's given that up because she's kind of too busy. She's got a full-time job, works from home, 2 kids, what have you. And she's kind of given that up. She's kept the gel polish and the light and all the rest of it. But she had quite a few of the CND Creative Play. Now, these are similar to the CND Vinylux, the 7D polish. But I think it was just a brand that they brought out for a wee while. So you can see that colour is absolutely stunning. It reminds me of the Hot Pot Pink that they do in CND. There's also another pink. So while I'm trying to get rid of reds, I'm bringing pinks into my collection. But if you know me, you know how much I really love pink. There is this one here, which is a kind of bright cherry red. And the colour that I have on my nails, I haven't actually brought it with me because it is in my room. So that is kind of, I thought it would be quite nice for the summer. I might paint that on my nails. There's also a top coat that goes with it as well, so it's quick drying, and it's a 7D polish that has that gel look to it but without curing and without the hassle of taking it off. Now this is a kind of, I haven't tried this one, but I'm not sure how much of a fan I will be of it. I will let you know. I decided to declutter this one, I think. Just because it had exploded a little bit, and by the time I got all the nail polish off here, but I took the colour out, I tried to work with it, and I don't know, maybe if I put it on my toenails, but it just wasn't me. So I've decided I'm going to declutter that one, which is fine, because it had kind of leaked and gone everywhere. There's hardly any left anyway, so I don't feel so bad. So I have added in 6 colours. I had added in 7, but I've decluttered 1, so I've added in 6 colours. However, I'm not going to count them, and I'm not going to try and declutter them. However, you will probably see me in some videos trying them, which I've done today. So I will pop these with the OPI and the nails ink, just so they're out the way. You know, I won't not wear the OPI or the nails ink, but then I won't get through this project if I wear all the colours that aren't in it. So I'm going to show you what I've used this month, and there's loads. Really are loads. Going from not painting my nails to painting my nails all the time. So I used this Sally Hansen, the Insta-Dry, used that on my toes. I used the number 7 on my toes. And I used the Sally Hansen Miracle Gel on my toes as well. I didn't know anybody could paint their toes as much as me, but I just put different colours over it to see how it was going. I used the, I don't know why I've got 2 gels out, but I used the gel top coat. I also used this 7-day polish. However, I am going to try and use this one up. I used this nice grey, which is nice and different actually. To be honest with you, I haven't marked the polishes because there's so little difference, and because I'm so bad at marking the line, some of them actually look like they've got more in it than there was before I started. Now, I did use this one a couple of times, which is absolutely gorgeous. The Nailberry, I love this. I managed to get online and order the strawberry one that everybody got in one of their boxes. It was glossy box or looked fantastic, and I was so jealous because this is, if you're looking for a quick dry polish that's long lasting, this is the best polish I've found. It is up there. Honestly, it dries in, it feels like it dries in seconds. You don't need a quick coat drying thing for this at all. So yeah, I really rate this, and I have added a new one into my collection, but I won't be using it for now. I've used the 7-day Bordeaux Red. Again, you know, I'm so bad at marking it, but I will mark it for the next time I come on. I used some of this, but it was so dark. You can hardly see where I've used it. And when you use a colour only once, you can't see a massive difference in the packaging. And again, I used up this one. So I think you'll remember last time I said I wasn't going to set myself any limits. I was just going to use what I wanted, and that way I would probably enjoy it a wee bit more. However, I have decided that I'm not going to try and use any of those colours that I've just showed you because there's too much in them, and I don't want to pan them, to be honest with you. I'm quite happy to keep them in my collection. I do want to remove this one and pop it in with the other ones because it's so big could take me like 2 years to finish that one. Instead, for the next month, I am going to be concentrating on the Sally Hansen and the number 7. So the plan is hopefully in a couple of months I will have finished up one of those, and just to make space, because I've got a gold. I don't want to get rid of everything from my collection, that's not the point in this. It's just to reduce the colours that are similar. I probably will use some of this grey. It's such a lovely colour as well, but you know, it's halfway through. I'm not in any rush to finish this one up either. Now I'm going to pop this one back in my collection because it's so vast. I wouldn't be able to clear that in a year, and it is quite different to the colours that I've got. I think I'm going to keep this one, and I am going to finish this one because there's only about 1-2 uses in this at the most, and the Super Gel from Rimmel. So going forward next month, I have been very prescriptive with the colours, so I'm going to show you what I'm using next month, and hopefully I can at least finish 1 or 2, but we'll see. I'm not going to put any stress on myself. So I've popped in the 7-day polish again, that's quite full, and so is the Rimmel. However, my aim is to get these out of the collection as I have so many reds and pinks anyway, despite adding 4 more similar colours. I really do want to kind of try and reduce that. I am going to be using these two on my toes. I don't know whether I'm going to concentrate on one or the other. I don't know. It would be easier probably to finish the number 7, but I really like that. So I might just try and finish up the Sally Hansen in a couple of months' time, who knows. So I'm going to use these 2 colours from Barry M. I'm going to try and finish this. I'm going to see what was wrong with this one, if it was actually that gloopy, and finish up this one. So I will be working with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different colours and top coats. So I think that's quite a nice wee selection, kind of for going forward for next month, and to actually potentially see some usage and see if I can finish any. I am also going to kind of pop this in to see if I really want to continue to actually declutter that, or if I want to keep it in my collection. So I started with 33, decluttered 3, down to 30, and I have actually, oh, I finished the solar oil as well, but it was tiny. There we go. So that's 2 things finished and 1 decluttered. So that's 3 items. Yeah, I did have it down at 5, but I've taken 2 of those items out. So that takes me to 27. And hopefully next month I can get a couple more of these things out. As I say, I'm not going to add the CND Creative Play onto my list because that'll just confuse me. And yeah, hopefully get 1 at least finished for next update. Anyway guys, thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.